Hello students, good morning and welcome back to the online class. So we'll continue with the next problem, that is illustration number 14, and this is the last problem in this chapter. This is the last problem and I'm going to give three assignment problems on this chapter. So you have to solve it yourself. You have to take the pic, you have to convert that pic into PDF, then you have to send it to my personal WhatsApp number. I repeat, after this illustration I am going to send you the assignment question in the WhatsApp group. You have to solve that problem, you have to take the pic, you have to convert that into PDF, just like you did it for the first internal in the first same thing you have to follow. Take the pic of the solution, convert that into PDF, then you have to send it to my personal WhatsApp number, not in the group. Send it to my WhatsApp number with your name and your roll number. You have to mention your name and your roll number. I repeat, you have to solve, you have to take the pic, you have to convert it into PDF, you have to send it to my personal WhatsApp number. Okay, personal WhatsApp number with the name and your roll number. So last date of submission will be mentioned in that question itself. Okay, I will send you the PDF of the questions PDF. In that bottom I will mention that submission date. Before that you have to submit the assignment. So this is the last problem and the last class of the first chapter. So with this problem I will conclude today's, I conclude first chapter. Okay, so now you copy down this problem. Okay, students. So we'll discuss and we'll let us solve the problem. So you read the problem. Mr. Rohit started a business on 1st April 2020. So this is very important. He started his business on 1st April 2020. So first thing you highlight this word. One is started on 1st April 2020. Okay. So you just highlight that word. Okay. Now why I highlighted that word, because till now we solved the problems like the business was started way back, but we are preparing for the current year. For example, the business was started in 2018, 15 or way back. We don't know the dates, but we prepared for 2021, 2019, 2020 that way, right? Now, what the changes what you observe in that type of problem, there may be the chances of opening and closing balance, but in this problem, as he started his business in the current year itself, the chances of opening balance for few items is very less, because whenever we start the business we won't start with everything. Okay, we won't start with everything. For example, now if you want to start a business manufacturing of any product, what happen? You will introduce cash, you will bring machineries, you will bring some assets, and you purchase the raw material. Means in the beginning itself, there is no debtors balance, like there is no sale. You started, so you have to manufacture, then you have to sell. So when you start the business, you won't sell the item, right? If you're manufacturing sector, right? So this is the difference. In the earlier cases, if there is no opening balance, we will prepare the ledger account, the difference will be opening balance. But in this problem, if there is a transaction that is affecting one particular item, if there is no opening balance, the balancing figure is not taken as opening balance, because I'm starting the business. So the chances of introducing that item in the beginning itself is less. Okay, see, in this problem, you just notice that he started his business with cash, with furniture, goods means stock, then your machinery, right? So he started his business with only these four items. Means the opening balance of these four items we know. We don't know the opening balance of other items. So if you are preparing the ledger accounts, for example, you just see that tabular, the column, information given in the column. Here we have debtors and we have creditors, right? We don't have the opening balance of debtors and creditors. In the earlier cases, if the difference is treated as opening balance, if the opening balance is not given, the closing balance is given. But we don't know the opening. He started his business, so the debtor and creditor opening balance is nil, because they are not given. So we treat it as a nil. Why we take it as a nil? Because the business has started in 2020, and I'm preparing the final accounts of 2020-21 itself. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆದ ವರ್ಷದ್ದೇ ನಾನು ಫೈನಲ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಕಾರಣ ಎಲ್ಲ ಐಟಮ್ ಇದು ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಪ್ಷನಲ್. ಈಗ ಡೆಕ್ಟರ್ ವೆನ್ ಅರೈಸ್, when you sell the goods, so if you are manufacturing sector, if you're starting the business, immediately you are not going to sell in the beginning date itself. You have to manufacture, then you have to sell, right? So debtor balance will be nil. Same with the creditor balance. So one thing you have to observe, if the business is started in the particular year and you are preparing the final accounts of that particular year, if the opening stock of any item is not given, then you take it as a nil balance. Okay, you don't write it as a balancing figure. Why I'm stressing this point? Because the earlier cases, if the opening balance is not given, the closing balance is given, then we take it as the opening balance, the balancing figure, right? But in this problem, as he started his business on 2020 and I'm preparing the final accounts for the year 2020-21, means that particular year, there might not be a opening balance. He start in the middle of the year, he had a transaction and the item has been erased, so the difference is not treated as opening balance. Okay, so that's the first thing you have to remember. That is why I just highlighted that thing, that is started at 1st April 2020, because I am preparing my ledger account. Sorry, I'm preparing my financial account for 2021. So this date started, ended. This period I have to start my final accounts. Now next item. So these are the opening balance. Okay, cash, Furniture, goods and machinery is the opening balance. This is used for to calculate the opening capital. That is, you have to prepare the statement of affairs. During the year, he further introduced 20,000 in the business by opening bank account. If he introduce anything into the business, then that should be treated as capital. Now, what is the journal entry? So it is, we are not separately maintaining the bank account because there is no bank transaction. So this should be recorded in the bank, cash account itself. Cash book, cash account, bank one are the same. We treat it as a same book. So what is the journal entry? The journal entry is cash account debit to capital account. Cash account debit to capital. It is cash or bank because we are not preparing separate books. So we can write cash or bank. So in the cash account, you have to write to capital. Okay, that is the first journal entry. And one more point. You opened the bank account, correct? When you prepare cash account, there is no opening bank balance, only cash balance. Only this you have to record. Why? Because during the year, not on the first day, during the year he introduced 20,000 in the bank account. Andre, the Rohit has deposited 20,000 in the bank or in the middle of the year. It may be after 1 month, 2 months, 15 days, 20 days, whatever, but not on the first date. So there is, so in bank account or cash account, it is to capital and there is no opening bank balance. If there is any difference in the cash account, if there is any difference in the cash account, then you have to take it as a bank balance because see here, you know what is the closing balance of cash. You have started bank, sorry, you have opened bank account means when you open the bank account at the end of the particular year, there should be a closing balance, but the bank closing balance is not given in this problem. Okay, so it should be treated as closing balance. I repeat, in from the beginning I repeat, just listen. The opening cash balance they have given, and on that, on the first date, it was on the first date, so there is an opening balance. But this bank account is opened during the year, means it is not on the first day. So bank account opening balance we don't have. In the sense, when we prepare cash account, we can't write 20,000 as a to balance brought on, that is bank, because the first opening balance always starts from first date of that month. Sorry, first date on that month. For example, if you are preparing the accounts from April to December, April to March, the balance brought down will be 1/4/2020. But the 20,000 was introduced not on 1/4/2020 but some other day. So to balance brought on, you have to take only cash account. But in the middle, they have introduced the bank balance. So there should be a closing balance. Closing balance we get on 31st March 2021. We get the closing balance on 31st March 2021. Sorry, this date. This is the closing date. So on this date, we need to find what is the closing balance, bank balance. So how to find? By preparing cash account. If you get any difference on the credit side, then it is closing bank balance. Debit side, usually you are taking cash sales, but here there is a cash sale. So the difference you get on the credit side itself, because you know what is cash purchase, you know what is cash sale, you know what is the closing cash balance and the opening cash balance. This is not the opening bank balance, but the closing bank balance you need to find. So the difference will be closing bank balance. So same way, you introduced the money, so this is treated as additional capital. This is treated as additional capital. Okay, so that is about the bank balance. Next we'll move on to the other information, that is receipt from debtors. So you know the journal entry. I'm not going to repeat that. Cash sale, it's a repeated item. Cash purchase, wages paid, any expenses paid you need to debit. Okay, now wages paid is a trading item. salary to staff is the salary, so P&L item. Trade expenses, if there is any other expenses like general expenses or sundry expenses, then trade expenses will be trading account. The either any one of these expenses is P&L account. If in the absence of this information, trade expenses is taken as P&L item, because trade expenses include all the other expenses like indirect expenses also. So trade expenses is treated as P&L item, indirect expenses, and this should be taken in the P&L account. Okay, trade expenses should be taken in the P&L account. Next one, that is electricity for factory. Factory means for manufacturing. So direct expenses, trading item. Electricity for factory means trading item. Electricity for office, then it is indirect P&L item. Electricity for office anta kotre P&L item, because office, that is indirect expenses. Electricity for trading, factory means that is needed for manufacture, so direct expenses, trading account. Drawings, you have to deduct from capital. Cash paid to creditors, discount allowed, discount received, bad debts, you know cash balance at the end of the year, that is a closing cash balance. Next, Mr. Rohit used 2500 for private use, that is, he used goods. So what is the treatment? If he has withdrawn goods, first you have to deduct from purchases. In the first semester, you add this in the sole trading concern, right? Same treatment. First treatment, it is goods, so deduct from purchase. The second treatment, it is the drawings, because for personal use, anything you take from the business for personal use, then that is drawings. So secondary, you have to deduct from capital. Then you have to charge depreciation. So this should be taken in the P&L account. That is 10% and 20%. On 31st March 2019, debtor value they have given, creditor value they have given, stock, this is closing stock because closing date they have given, cash balance they have given, bank balance you will get from cash account. The other two items, that is furniture and machinery, this you have to calculate. How to calculate? That is, from the opening furniture, if you deduct this depreciation, you will get closing balance. Similarly, you have to do it for machinery. From machinery, if you deduct this depreciation, you will get the closing balance. Okay, so we'll start with the ledger account. So first ledger account, first we'll start with the debtors account because they have given information about the debtor. So draw the lines for debtors account. Debtors account. So you have to start with the opening balance. You don't know what is the opening balance, you have to write nil. So opening balance is not the balancing figure, that is nil, because you started the business in the year 2020 and you are preparing the particular final accounts as well as ledger account for 2020-21. So there is no opening balance. The next one, cash received from debtor. So it is by cash. So write by cash 57,500. So after that, you have discount and bad debts. So write by discount allowed, by bad debts. So discount received will affect your creditors account. Discount allowed will affect your debtors account. So by discount allowed, by bad debts. So then they have given the closing balance. So write by balance carried down. That is the closing balance. Okay, now the balancing figure is not the opening balance, but it is to credit sales. The balancing figure will be credit sale. Now you do the total and find the credit sale value. So the total is 1,30,000 and the difference 1,30,000 itself. So this is debtors account. Next to draw the lines for cash account. So you have to start with opening balance. So they are given the opening balance. They started the business with the cash 50,000. So that is the opening balance. So write two balance brought down. So you see the next sentence, that is during the year they have introduced capital. So they have introduced 20,000 and opened the bank account. So we are not preparing separate bank account. So we take this that transaction in cash account itself. So it is to capital because they introduced means that is capital. Anything they introduced or invest in the business, then it should be taken as capital. So next item, received from debtors. So here it is by cash. See here in debtors account it is by cash. So here it is to debtors. So next one, there is a cash sale. So the entry will be two sales, cash account debtor, two sales account. So two sales. So then there is a cash purchase. So buy purchase because it is my expenses. When I purchase, I have to make the payment. So that is my expenses. So credit side buy purchases. Then we have expenses like wages, salaries, trade expenses, electricity bill. So credit all the expenses. So that buy wages 5,000, buy salary 17,500, buy trade expenses 6,500, buy electricity 7,500. Okay, next we have drawings. So in cash account, you have to take only cash withdrawn. You have to take only cash withdrawn, not the goods withdrawn. So only 36,000. So you don't take that 2,500 because it is goods withdrawn. That should be deducted from purchases. From purchase you have to deduct that. So don't take it in the cash account. So next, creditors, because cash paid to creditor is an payment. So credit side. Next you write the closing balance. Buy balance carried down. Cash it is given. The cash at the end of the year 20,000. The difference will be bank balance because here you opened bank account by introducing the cash, means there should be a closing cash balance, right? When there's an opening bank balance, you have the closing cash balance, but this is not treated as the balance brought down because this is not introduced on 1st of April. If it's on the 1st of April, that will be added to this opening balance, but this is not on the 1st of April, but it is treated as a capital because it is introduced in the middle. So you take it as a 20,000 as a capital bank account. Now when you open the bank account, there should be a closing bank balance. So the difference will be closing bank balance. So from buy balance brought down, carried down, you write cash 20,000, bank, you have to write the balancing figure. So your total is 1,72,500 and the difference is 13,000. So 13,000 is the closing bank balance, 20,000 is the closing cash balance. So both should be written, both should be recorded in the closing balance sheet. Okay, after cash account, you draw the lines for creditors account. So start with the opening balance. Here they are not given the opening balance. So buy balance brought down nil, not the balancing figure nil. Then paid to creditors, so it is 2 cash. Paid to creditors, so it is 2 cash. Then we have discount received, 2 discount received, closing balance, the difference will be credit purchase. So find the credit purchase. So the total is 80,000. So difference 80,000. So now your total sale will be The cash sale 45,000, credit sale like 30,000. If you add, you will get the total sale. There is no return, so the total sale itself net sale. Next, your purchase, cash purchase 25,000, credit purchase you got your 80,000. If you add, you will get the total purchase, but there is no return, but there is a goods withdrawn. So goods taken means you have to deduct that. If you deduct that goods taken 2,500, you will get the net purchase. Okay. So next you draw the lines for statement of affairs, that is opening statement of affairs as on 1/4/2020. So you record all the assets like the opening. See the first line on 1st 1/4/2020 they started business with cash 50, furniture 10, stock 20 and machinery 20. Only this much. On the first date they introduced only 4 assets. So the total itself the capital. The total itself the capital. There is no other liabilities or any other assets. The bank, they opened a bank account in the middle during the year, so not on the opening date, but we are preparing the statement of affairs of the first date. So the first day what they introduced, that itself the capital. So this capital, if you add this capital 20,000, you will get the closing balance. So this to be taken in the closing balance sheet. When you prepare this opening statement of affairs, this was not there. Correct, on first date this was not there. So this is not added to the capital. So only 4 items. So next you draw the lines for trading account, trading and profit and loss account. We'll start with the trading account. So enter all the items. So you have to start with opening stock. So to opening stock 20,000. So write fast, to opening stock 20,000. So then you write purchase. So under that cash, credit. So you will get total of 1,05,000. So there is a goods withdrawn that you need to be deducted from the total purchase. So write less goods taken for personal use, or you can write drawings. Less goods taken for personal use, or you can write drawings. So purchase, that is cash purchase and credit purchase. If you add, you will get total purchase. From that, if you deduct returns or the goods taken for personal use, that is drawings, you will get net purchase. So next you write sales. By sales, after that your cash sale, that is 45,000. Then your credit sale, you see the debtors account. credit sales 1,30,000, there is no return, so total itself the net sales. So next we have some direct expenses like wages. So write 2 wages and electricity bill. We have 2 direct expenses that is connected with the manufacturing activities. So 2 wages, 2 electricity bill. So next you write closing stock, that is buy closing stock. See the last line, the closing stock, that is 25,000. So the difference will be gross profit carried down. The total is 1,75,000 plus 25,000. It comes to 2 lakh. From that you deduct the debit balance, you will get gross profit. So the difference is, so 20,000 plus 1,02,500 plus 7,500 plus 5,000 minus 2 lakh, you will get 65,000. So 65,000 is the gross profit. So it is 2 gross profit carried down. Next you write by gross profit brought down. By gross profit brought down 65,000. Okay, now you record all the indirect expenses as well as income. The first one, that is salary to staff. So write 2 salaries. 2 salaries. So then the next expenses, that is trade expenses. So write 2 trade expenses 6,500. There is a discount allowed, discount received. So write 2 discount allowed, 2 discount received. Then there is a bad debts, that is 1,300. Next, you have depreciation. So, write 2 depreciation on. First on furniture at 10%, next on machinery at 20%. So, write 2 depreciation on Below that, write furniture. That is, the opening balance of furniture is 10,000 into 10%, it comes to 1,000. 10,000 into 10%, it comes to 1,000. Next, machinery. 20,000 is the opening balance into 20%, it comes to 4,000. So this depreciation you have to deduct from the opening balance so that you will get the closing balance of furniture and machinery. So after this you have to find the difference. So your debit side is less than the credit side. So the balancing figure will be net profit. So write 2 net profit. So your total is 65,000 plus 3,000, 68,000. Now we find the net profit. So the difference is 36,500. That is your net profit. So if you finished with the P&L account, you draw the lines for balance sheet. So balance sheet as on 31/3/2021, liabilities amount in rupees, asset amount in rupees. Okay, so first we'll start with the cash account. So cash, the closing balance is given. Cash 20,000, that is the closing balance. And in cash account, you got the closing balance of bank. So you know what is bank balance? That is 13,000. That is the closing bank balance. Stock closing balance is given. Furniture, you need to find the closing balance. Furniture 10,000 is the opening balance. So your depreciation, you have to deduct less depreciation 1,000. So the closing balance is 9,000. Similarly, you have to do it for machinery. Machinery 20,000 is the opening balance. 4,000 is the depreciation. 16,000 is the closing balance. Then we have debtor, the closing balance of debtor, that is 70,000, that you have to write. Then creditors 35,000. So cash, stock, furniture and machinery, it was there in the opening statement of affairs. Debtor ka closing balance we know, creditors closing balance we know, that we recorded. Furniture and machinery ka closing value, that is depreciation, if you deduct you will get the closing balance. Okay, next that is capital. Capital, opening balance, or you can write opening capital 1 lakh. So in the year there was an additional capital, that is the 20,000 introduced in opening the bank account. So add additional capital 20,000. Total 1,20,000, that is the total capital. 1 lakh, it was introduced in the earlier, that is on the first date itself when you started the business. 20,000 in the middle of the year, that is during the year 20,000. So total capital 1 lakh 20. This year you incurred the profit, you earned the profit, sorry, you earned the profit that you are going to add. So add net profit 36,500. 36,500. If you add, you will get 1,56,500. That is the net capital, but before drawings. Next, you have to deduct drawings. Less drawings. Here we have cash drawings, that is drawing withdrawn the cash and the goods taken. So first you write cash 36,000, then goods 2,500. So he has withdrawn, the Rohit has withdrawn cash 36,000 and 2,500 worth the goods for his personal use. So both you have to deduct from capital. So you will get 1,18,000. So 1,56,500 minus 36,000 minus 2,500, you will get 1,18,000. So your balance sheet will tally. So find the total. So total 1,53,000. So here I conclude the first chapter, that is accounting for incomplete records. So in the next class onwards, we will start with the consignment account. So I repeat what I said in the beginning of the class. So after this class, you have to solve the assignment problems. The assignment questions will be sent to you through groups. Okay. So in groups, I will send the assignment questions. You have to solve that question. You have to take the pic, you have to convert that into PDF, and you have to send it to my personal WhatsApp number along with your name and roll number. Okay, don't simply send the PDF, you have to mention your name as well as roll number. So it is considered for your internal examination marks. Okay, I will add that assignment to the internal marks. So the last date of submission of assignment will be mentioned in the problem itself. So you have to submit on or before the submission date. So here I end the first chapter. If you have any doubt, you can clarify by dropping a message or by a phone call. So from today to next class onwards, we'll continue with the next chapter, that is the new chapter, consignment stock. So thank you.